What's poppin'? It's your girl, Jazzy J. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome. If not, what is up, Buttercup? Today is Sunday, which means it's my lovely segment, Manga and a Mukbang, where I talk about webcomics while eating whatever food I want to eat. Now today, I don't have any food. I just didn't feel like eating today, so really it's just going to be more of a, I guess, a commentary type style since, well, there's no eating or chewing or anything like that. I will say I definitely was supposed to post last weekend. It didn't happen. So we're just gonna make up for it for this weekend. I think the last video, well, I can't really remember actually, and I didn't bother to look it up. But if you haven't seen any of my other previous manga and mukbang videos, go ahead and check that down. Check that out in my playlist. I will also link that down in the description box below. I would love to get your thoughts and opinions on all the webcomics that I have spoken about previously, and of course the one that I'm going to be doing today. And once again, if you guys have any recommendations or something that you would like me to talk about, something that you're a big fan of, then go ahead and let me know in one of the comments of one of my videos. Or, you know, I guess you can always just send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll think I'm gonna start being more active on Twitter. We'll see. But yes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so for this Sunday, we're gonna be talking about one of my favorite, loved, beloved webcomics called Scream Queen. If you've never heard of Scream Queen and you don't want any spoilers, please click off this video for a second, go read it, the whole thing. It took me like 2 days to finish it, and that's with like having to like hella distractions in terms of reading it, and then come back like actually having read it. Everything about the main character makes me want to be a better woman. Like, everything about her is boss babe, and I'm here for it. And I know a lot of people out there are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's so shallow, like I could never be like that. I aspire to be like her. The amount of control, the amount of power, the amount of elegance that this woman commands, and she's like, what, in her early 20s? I'm like, this woman is a force to be reckoned with, and she's single, no kids. She's quite wealthy, you know. Money will make you powerful too. Put it on that. But even so, even without the money, even if this woman is afraid, she does not let it be known that she is afraid, because it doesn't serve her any purpose to acknowledge her fear. And I'm like, can I be like you too? I want to do that. I want to be that person. Oh my gosh. Anyway, favorite character, hands down, pretty much of all the webcomics that I've read up until this point. Everything about her is just, yes, love it. But let's get into the background of the story, okay? So this webcomic I actually found on Bilibili Comics. If you haven't heard of that, go check out one of my previous videos. I talked about all the places that I found webcomics. Or again, you can always go on a scavenger hunt online and try to find the webcomic for free. That is also an option. Trigger warning when it comes to this particular one, because this is in the genre of horror. There is gore, there is violence, there is abuse, manipulation, and I'm pretty sure there's the R word as well. Although I did read it again recently and I didn't see anything. It is currently on a hiatus, so when it comes back, I'm not quite sure what will... Oh, you know what? it wasn't with the main character, it was with side characters that the R word happened. So yes, so yeah, it is in there, just kind of letting you know, and I'm not going to be covering that in this video because they're side characters. The original language of this particular webcomic is Chinese. Of course, you can always read it in Chinese, you can read it in English, and you can read it in whatever other translations you can find as well, but the original language is Chinese. Like I just stated earlier, the genre for this comic, it does fall into the horror, supernatural, suspense, romance, and for me, I'm pretty sure I threw in a bit of comedy. I mean, I find it to be very funny. They also threw in, like Billy Comics also put it in as an adaptation. I guess I could see that in the fact that it definitely, I don't want to say it parody, well, it kind of does parody some like major movies like The Ring, and some other folklore movies, shows, stories are in the webcomic itself, but it does have like a unique spin on it. You will know the themes of The Ring. Once you read the webcomic, you'll be like, okay, you know, because she watched the video, the girl crawling out of the well, then she gets the phone call, you're gonna die in 7 days, and then she slowly starts getting haunted. And this is the beginning of the webcomic. Getting ahead of myself here. Sorry. This is an ongoing series, but as I just stated, it is currently on hiatus. It is over 100 chapters. It's really not that many chapters to read. So again, go out and read it. It's one of my favorite webcomics. Currently. It's currently one of my favorite webcomics. It has a special place in my heart. Right here. Right? Yes. There. Emotions that I was feeling while reading this webcomic. Admiration. That's a big one with Zhu Yang. Zhu Yang is the main character. I admire this woman to, I don't want to say a godly amount, maybe it's a little sacrilegious amount. Look, if you read the webcomic, you'll understand as to why I admire this individual who does not exist. Doesn't exist. It's not made off of an actual story. But I have very big respects for this individual that does not exist. Hey. I felt love. I was definitely feeling love for the main characters, but I'm also feeling love for the other side characters as well, especially the main male lead, who I really want to end up with the main female lead. Again, read it. You'll see why. You'll see why. Humor, again, because I did find it to be funny. Very much like a comedy, like a horror comedy, suspense, little gore. Very funny. Very excited. It was one of those webcomics, which doesn't happen terribly often. This is a webcomic where I was actually waiting for the next chapter to come out, and chapters typically come out once a week. So I was literally sitting there just waiting till like Monday for the next chapter to come out. I was so excited, and the last feeling that I had was the sense of justice, because the amount of stories, movies, shows that I have watched where the main characters, not even the main characters, the side characters get done dirty. Like, dirty! For no reason other than the fact that they're side characters pisses me off to absolutely no end. And in this webcomic, all of the side characters get justice. They get due justice. I mean, is it ethical justice? Probably not. But it's justice. You gotta take your wins when you can. I'm just saying, if it were me and I were in the same position as some of those ghost characters, I would feel very much that I got justice. Would the law agree? Probably not. Probably not. But I got justice. This matters here. All of this matters, okay? Justice. Oh God. No, let me read you a quick little summary of the story and then I'll just kind of get into it. So, it is a comedic horror comic that even the faint of heart can stomach. Knowing that she would die at the hands of a female ghost the next day, Zhu Yang was determined to drink to her heart's content before then. When she woke up the next day, her mind was in shambles because of her drunkenness and her house was a mess. There was a female ghost hanging out of her TV with only half of her body dead. Her disreputable friends accused her of inhumanely torturing the female ghost to death. Zhu Yang said, "No, I did not. Stop spouting nonsense. I am as delicate as a flower, and I only know how to scream when met with scary things." To this, the female ghost, who had thought that her prey was an easy one, but was killed instead, had something to say. Ta-ta! Guess we can end the video here. Go read it. Okay, from here on out, if I haven't spoiled it already, which I did a little bit, there is pretty much just going to be straight spoilers from here. Okay, so if all of it sound interesting up to this point and you do want to go read it without having spoilers, then I would suggest you go up to read it and then come back to this point. But if you don't really care, because you don't give a damn, stick around. I will say, in particular, when it comes to the art quality of this particular webcomic, yes, it is beautiful, but no, the reason why I really wanted to bring the art quality to attention for this one is I've looked up a lot of horror webcomics, just in general, and a lot of them have very jarring themes, drawing styles, webcomic / animation. I don't think this particular webcomic is made into an animation of any way, shape, or form. But this one was strangely beautiful for a horror suspense webcomic. Most of them try to really evoke a disturbing reaction out of you, and this one didn't particularly try to do that like other horror webcomics do. So I like that. I mean, that's just me personally, and with like my pretty obsession art style drawing, that's just me. But I would say if you were used to the horror genre, this might be a fresh of breath air in terms of the art style being vastly different from what's typically in the horror genre. Again, that's just me personally. Let's get into the story a little bit, shall we? So the story itself, we immediately go into seeing Zhu Yang. She is at her place with a friend of hers. I want to say a friend, more like a sorority sister. These women kind of remind me of the Plastics in Mean Girls. It's kind of the vibe that they're giving off, except they're significantly richer than the Mean Girls, and it doesn't take place in America. It takes place in China. Zhu Yang received a gift. I believe her birthday was coming up, and yeah, her birthday was coming up, but I think she just received a gift in general. She's just the prettiest girl there. She's one of the richest people in the school. Oh yes, she is a college student, sorry. She's one of the prettiest people. She got a DVD where it was literally looked like The Ring. It did not have the same title as The Ring because copyright. And her friend was like, "Oh, what's this?" And Zhu Yang was like, "Oh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and watch it. See if it's actually a real thing, because this is reminding me of this movie, The Ring." So they put it in, they played it, and it had very similar themes to The Ring. Literally, the girl climbed out of the well, walked up to the screen, then the screen changed, brushing her hair, cut off, phone call, you'll die in 7 days. Okay, fine. You get the premise of it. Cool. The unique take on it was most times when I have ever seen, because I don't think I've never seen The Ring. Don't come for me. But I've never seen The Ring. Okay. Now, from what I understand, every single person has always been terrified of that happening. If you're seeing a movie and then you're getting the phone call and saying you have 7 days left to live. Zhu Yang was the complete opposite. She found it to be humorous because she was like, look, I don't know what's going on, but this is a knockoff of the actual girl who's The Ring, because you're kind of speaking in English, but you don't really know English, and you're switching to you're switching to Chinese. It's not making sense. It's not adding up. And she just starts berating this ghost, spirit, demon, poltergeist, whatever it is. She just goes ham. And this ghost gets furious. And she just keeps going at this day after day because she was like, you know, if something really does happen, then something happens. But if something doesn't happen, then it's a hoax. And if I'm gonna die, I might as well go out with a bang anyway. I mean, why would I go out like a weakling cowering in the corner because some ghost told me I'm going to die in 7 days? What? No, I'm gonna live my life to the fullest because I can, because I'm rich, because I'm pretty. And I was like, okay, go off. Go off, sis. I'm here for that. You're gonna die. You might as well make it worthwhile, right? What? Why not? What? Anyway, so as the 7 days continues on, the ghost starts to become a little bit more involved within her life. So first she appeared in her dreams, and Zhu Yang fought her in her dreams and won. Then she starts appearing in realities. People now start to look like this ghost. She goes to eat some food, maybe like some grapes, and it looks like the ghost is feeding her like an eyeball. And little things like this start happening over the course of the 7 days until you get to the 7th day. Now Zhu Yang was like, you know what? If this goes, now I will say she did hire a what's it called? A ghost catcher, a priest, not a priest. One of those ghost weaver away thingies. Dang it. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. She hired a person to get rid of the ghost, okay? And this person was pretty much a fraud because he's like, look, I was only a little bit stronger, no, a little bit more brave than my peers growing up. So a lot of people look to me to get rid of ghosts, but I've never seen an actual ghost. And she was like, well, congratulations. They're here. Hey. So on the 7th day, she decides to go ahead and throw a party because she's like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm taking all y'all with me. And trying to kill her whole class. Oh my gosh. So she decided to throw a ginormous party, got everybody wasted, and the ghost then tried to climb out of the television, because it is the 7th day, to come and kill Zhu Yang, because that's what the ghost is there to do. Zhu Yang has everybody in the party so drunk that everyone doesn't believe that this ghost is a real thing, and they don't start attacking her, but they start taking pictures with her. They start dressing her up in makeup, start trying to put pretty clothes on her. Then they start berating her, and then Zhu Yang is berating her, and it's just an absolute mess. And I was like, there's no way this is a ghost. It is a ghost. It is absolutely a ghost. But I was like, this is ridiculous. This is hilarious. I love this. And the only way to quote unquote kill the ghost is to push the ghost back into the television. So Zhu Yang really didn't know that that was the way to kill the ghost, because it's not like she found that out. She was just like, hey, I just wanted to do a quick little experiment. Go ahead and shove her back into the television where she came from. And so they shoved her back in there, and that's where you get the ghost that's hanging out of the television, half out of the television, dead. It's a ghost. You can't really kill a ghost again, right? and the ghost decides to then move on to a new target. Now, during this entire time, it's very interesting because you'll see that one of the sorority sisters was the individual who sent the ghost over to them. It is the same concept where if you watch the video, the only way to get the curse transferred to somebody else is to have somebody else watch the video, right? Right. Well, the Zhu Yang had pissed off this particular ghost so much that the transfer wasn't possible because the ghost now had a personal grudge against Zhu Yang. And I was like, oh, this is an interesting spin. This is an interesting take on this. I like this. I like this a little bit. Not only that, but Zhu Yang had this sense of intimidation towards a ghost that you don't see ever in anything horror related, where the main character is not scared in the least, or even if they are scared, they don't show their fear at all. To the point where they make other people do absurd things like taking pictures with the ghost while completely hammered. Now, after the party was over, everyone just kind of stayed over and was really drunk, and they all had taken pictures and had taken videos and whatnot. Zhu Yang pretty much then just blackmailed everyone. She's like, well, this is the thing that happened, so if you ever think about going against me later on in life, just let you know, I have all the videos and all the pictures, and you're gonna send them all to me, okay? Cool, great. Then from there, because the person who sent the video to Zhu Yang was originally supposed to die. She ended up escaping death, which is why she had to watch the video. It happened upon her on accident. She didn't want to die. Now, after the ghost had been defeated and Zhu Yang and her friends / sorority sisters were walking outside, the main person who mailed the video to Zhu Yang ended up getting killed. Now, when that happened, Zhu Yang was the only person to see this giant floating screen in the middle of like the traffic light area that said, do you want to be part of this game? If you don't, you'll die. If you do, you get all these glory. No, wait, will you die? No, I don't think she would die, but she like, you want to be part of this game? I don't know. It's kind of given. I can't think of any anime right now off the top of my head that it's given right now. But anyway, she said, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and be part of this game. Now, once you become part of this game, there's really no way out of it other than to die. You're just a player of the game now. And apparently this particular ghost, the one that was like the ring, was essentially the first trial to become a player of this game. So Zhu Yang's like, okay, let's go ahead and play. And then from here, read it. I'm not going to explain anymore. But from there, it becomes a series of different challenges, different levels, different quests, I dare to say, of Zhu Yang being summoned into different worlds to basically beat the level, go through with her teammates, beating the ghosts that are in the area, uncovering every single thing about this ghost area type thing, and any other levels past far beyond that. Why specifically? I don't know. She's curious, she's bored, she wants to do it. Who knows? She does end up coming in contact with the main lead, the main male lead, who comes in and out of the story because you're not always going to be paired up with the same people for every single game. It's going to be different people. So that's kind of what she ends up doing. I think right now they've gone through probably like 2, maybe 3 stories so far, and it's just going to continue to grow and build off of that. I'm not going to go into each and every single one of the stories because this would be a ridiculously long video, but I will say it is absolutely worth it, and I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to go off and read it, and hopefully this webcomic comes off of its hiatus pretty soon. I say that this is a webcomic that has a lot of potential. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to read it. I do not know when the hiatus is going to be over. Things in the world are kind of chaotic and hectic at the moment, but that doesn't mean that I don't aspire, well, I don't wish for great things to happen with this particular webcomic. I'm probably not going to touch it again because I don't really want to. I will say though, if you do just go out and Google Scream Queen, there is actually a movie called Scream Queen, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the webcomic, from what I know. If it does, it's poorly done. I've never watched it. I don't care to watch it. Don't bother. Just go off and read the webcomic, okay? So make sure when you do Google it, type in Scream Queen webcomic or web novel. That way you get what you're looking for and not the movie adaptation of an anime or show that never existed off of a webcomic that was originally from China. That's just me personally speaking on that. But that's all my thoughts that I had on this particular webcomic. Again, I will be looking out to read more chapters of it when it comes out, and I hope you guys do too. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you thought about it down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why or why not? Subscribe to this channel because I would love to see this family grow even larger. I want to see how many nerds and weebs there are out there like me. I want to talk to us. Turn on that bell notification so that you know when I post another video. Share this video because I want to see, again, how many different people are out there that are going to be able to relate to me, to us, to this in general. Okay, and I will have a video up for you guys the next week, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye!